Hey guys, Bobby here. Welcome back to my channel. And so I want to talk about one of the coolest things that happened on the trip to Puerto Vallarta with Perfectly Posh. So your girl here, and I know this is going to come off braggy, and it is what it is, guys. Okay. So I got to hang out with Ann Dalton and her husband for a whole freaking evening. It was magical. I know people are going to think I'm just exaggerating on this, but I'm not. So here's how it happened. Okay, so that whole day was just insane. And by insane, I just mean just epic, okay? Started the day, that was our You Deserve It project. We went to the Corazon del Nina, and that is the orphanage that is in Puerto Vallarta, where they take in at-risk children. They started with 13 girls, and they now have 79 kids, and they were about to take in 2 more, so they're going to be at 81. And we got to go and plant gardens for them. We went and painted bathrooms, and then we got to actually interact with the kids themselves, and they wanted to take pictures with us, and some of the girls had fun showing them Snapchat filters, and so they were just having a good time with the kids. I cried my eyes out there too, because they explained to us their backgrounds and where these kids came from and where they are now, because they're getting educated. They feel what true love is, and that their past doesn't define them. And y'all, they sang a song to us about I am beautiful, I am strong, I love me, and I bawled. And I mean bawled. Even my friend Chris's husband, he was trying to be manly, I'm good, I'm strong, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. And then he looked at me and he was like, dang it, I was fine till I saw you, Bobby. And he had to leave. But anyway, so that happened that morning. And while we were there, Ann recognized me because of Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, check down the links below, because Ann loves my Instagram page. She knew who I was and approached me directly and was like, by the way, I have to tell you, you have the most beautiful Instagram. You have the most beautiful and positive posts. I really enjoy following you. Keep up the good work. And I was like, me? And I'm looking at my roommate Brittany is she talking to me? She's talking to me. Oh my God, thank you. I didn't expect that. I knew she had followed me on Instagram, which made my year right there last year. And then she would like some of my posts, but I really thought it was just she saw one of my posts and she was like, oh, she seems legit, let me just follow her. And then every now and then something in her newsfeed would pop up that she liked that I had done, and so she would like it. She liked, one of the ones that sticks out to me is, one time I had 3 people join me in 1 month, and it was the 5th of the month. She'd like that one. There was another post where I was putting Vile on my husband, and it was funny, and she liked that one. So I just thought it was just things that popped up that intrigued her, that she would just like it, right? Well, apparently she pays attention to it a little bit more than that. And that meant so much to me, because that tells me not just as something directly about me in my post, but more to me, it says something about Ann, in that she has over 100,000 consultants right now, or people who have joined Posh. And she takes the time to not just go and randomly follow Posh consultants. She really goes and looks at your profile and looks at you as the person making the posts, because of the way she spoke to me, guys. She spoke to me like a person. I spoke to her like a person. It was magic. I loved it. Then fast forward to that evening. So we had this really cool hibachi place at this all-inclusive resort, but you had to make reservations to get a table to eat there. And my friend Michelle and Gretchen, they had already gotten reservations, and they're like, we have seats for 16 people. Bobby, do you want to come? Because you're one of us. We expect you to come. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm coming, because I wanted sushi anyway. And so this is just perfect. And I didn't make reservations, so yeah, I'm in with your group. They didn't tell me they invited home office. I was kind of curious as to how our group went from 10 to 16, but I just figured it was other, consultants. This is kind of what I figured, or other couples from consultants, because there was quite a few women who had earned the spot for their husband on this trip. And so anyways, that's all I assumed. We get there. Ann's there. She's waiting in line with us. We're all talking. It still ain't clicked with me because I am a ditz and it takes me forever for things to click. Okay? That she's with us and eating with us. Okay? So they get us in, and some of our group was already in there. They had 2 different tables for us. One was already full, and they were like, we're going to need a couple of you to sit at this other table over here. Well, because Ann had recognized me earlier that day, Bobby got like courage that she doesn't normally have. Like this whole trip, I am kind of awkward and shy, and I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. My roommate Brittany even like made fun of me. She's like, it's like you have to get to know everybody, and everybody knows, you know, who you are. And I was like, one, not everybody knows who I am, which I like. And 2, I am trying to get out of my comfort zone because it's not in me to normally just go walk up to people and talk to them. And so like, I kind of made it a goal of mine because I knew these people would accept me because they're poshers and they're so accepting of everybody anyway, that I didn't have to prove myself to them and to just be bold and say hi to people. And so like, I really was trying to do that. I wasn't 100% perfect at it the entire week, but I did try. And that night, I don't know, I got brave. And when they were like, okay, well, who's sitting where? Y'all, I linked arms with Ann. I was like, well, Ann's with me. And her husband's like, well, I guess you're not going anywhere, Ann. And she was like, I guess not. I guess I'm with Bobby. And I was like, she knew my name again. You know, it was one of those things. So sat right beside her for the whole entire thing. And we talked about life, guys. She told us a story about from when she was a kid. She talked about her kids. I talked about my kids. We were scrolling through each other's phones, showing each other pictures of our kids. We were talking about how her kids play Fortnite and how they have all their friends over and they come in the basement. And she's like, the things you hear them say down there is just like, whoa. And I mean, y'all, she's a real legit person. She's super, super sweet, down to earth. I remembered and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And I guess like I said it out loud and she heard me. She was like, oh honey, you're going to be bored with me in 5 minutes. And I was like, that's not possible. It's not possible. And it wasn't. I ate up every second of it. Stupid me too, as I was even like leaning over to Justin, her husband. And I was like, so what do you do? And he was like, I stay home with the boys. And I was like, that makes sense because, you know, Miss Posh right here, y'all probably make enough money where you can do that, which I already know. She was like, oh, but that's a hard job too, honey. And I was like, oh, I know. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm not saying that his job is not easy at all. Like, I'm not going to say that. I already know it's not. I just, for whatever reason in my head, when you're talking to couples, call it whatever it is. I'm not trying to be any type of way, but normally the husband works, you know? So for that, I was like, that makes complete sense. That's what he does because like, obviously that's what they can do. If I start making tons of money with it, that might be something my husband does, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. But I'm just optimistic about it. So, but anyways, so that was that night. It was epic and I will never forget it. And how she just talked like we were normal people. And I had people even ask me later, they're like, so what did you talk to her about? Even like, did you pick her brain about your business? Did you try to figure out how to rank advance and how to recruit and how to do this? And I was like, we talked a little shop, but mostly I wanted to talk to her like she was a person because she is a person. And I wanted to get to know who Ann was as a mom, as a friend, as a wife to her husband. You know, I wanted to get to know who she was kind of outside of Posh because that's one of the things I try to ground for myself is I am Bobby in the Posh world. I am not Posh. Like, I am Posh, but I am still Bobby outside of Posh too, if that makes sense. So that way I annoy people less because that's kind of like my mindset, or at least that's where I go for it. But anyways, it was really, really cool. Really enjoyed my time with her. I think we got like 2 hours with her. And, I mean, that's just amazing. And how she just sat there with us. Like, you know, no big deal. And, I think it's a true testament to our CEO that that's how she is. And that's how she talks to us as consultants. And I thought I loved her before. I love her so much more now. And like, okay, if you're still with me after almost 10 minutes, my very first interaction with her on this trip, I actually kind of fussed at her. Okay, so this is another true testament on what kind of great, humble people they are. So we had an intro breakfast to go to the very first morning. And we had to wait in line to like get our little name tags and to go down to wait in line to get food. And me and my roommate, we're kind of toward the back of it because like that's when we came down. And Ann got in the back of the line where we were. And I was like, Ann and her husband just got in line with us. Like, they're in line with us. And stupid me, like I said, I was trying to be brave. And then there were some points where I think I was a little too brave because I like sat there and really looked at her and I was like, you probably don't have to wait in line with us. And she's like, oh no, it's fine. And I was like, I just freaking fussed Ann. And I'm looking at Brittany going like, you need to stop me. Like, sometimes I don't have a filter and you need to be like Bobby Dial It Back. Because I'm an extroverted introvert and sometimes the filter isn't there. Especially when I'm trying to turn the filter off. You know, like the blockers and the guards and when I'm trying to turn them off. So, I don't know. But apparently it didn't faze her because the next day then she approached me about my Instagram. So, we're all good. So anyways, hope you like this video. Hope you fall in love more with Ann because like that was just And anyways, hope you make it a goal to go on one of these incentive trips with Perfectly Posh because you never know who you're going to sit with for dinner. So amazing. So anyways, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up because this is just like over the top amazing in the Posh world to me. Like just, okay. Anyways, subscribe so you can keep up with more poshy awesomeness from me. And I will catch y'all next time. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.